Welcome back, everybody. Today we've got a pretty small, pretty straightforward unboxing. It's going to be something I've played with a couple of variants before. These are potentially less exciting than the last ones I looked at. And that is just these USB LEDs. Pretty simple thing. These are HUAHA brand. HUAHA. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong. Pretty straightforward little device. You're supposed to be able to just plug them in and they light up. So let's go ahead and get these out and open. All right. So pretty straightforward. Looks like there's a little clip to hang the included package off of something. And then we just a little snapshot box with a inserted divider, which is a little bit oversized for this. As you can see, it's a little on the flexible side. And then we get the devices themselves. And pretty clear which ones are which. They come in cool white and warm white. The PCBs are identical. There's a little itty bitty MOSFET, couple of resistors, couple of diodes. At a guess, I'd say it's stepping the voltage up. And let's just go ahead and see how bright they are. Those are pretty damn bright. So we've got 6 LEDs in there, and that is hard to look at. Let's go ahead and not too bad. That's the cool white. And then let's throw the warm white in. I think the warm white doesn't appear to be quite as bright, at least. Let's get my lights back in. Let me grab one thing. Okay, well, the thing that I needed was actually in my studio anyway, and that is my old Harbor Freight 5-in-1 Centec meter. And just like before, we're going to set it to lux, and we're going to measure from a distance of 1 foot. So put that right there on the 12. Set that up like that. And cut the studio lights again. And let's see, the backlight is... Alright, so 90 lux for warm white. And 125, 130 for cool white. Looks like I may have measured slightly off axis. So let's tweak this a little bit. That says 141. Let's rerun the warm white. $115. So 115 versus 140. Cool white is definitely brighter. Anyway, so that leaves the question: why would someone buy these? I mean, they're not going to be the world's highest CRI. They're not the world's best LEDs, although you certainly get plenty of them. I think I paid $10 for this. $10.99 for 10 of them. And there's a variety of answers here. So for me, A couple of these are going to go in my briefcase, so I've got something that I can quickly plug into a USB port and see, is there power? And I did that before with the colored ones. There we go. But those all found some permanent homes where the colors were attractive. So that's one of them. Number two, some people may be inclined to take one of these and a cheap power bank. And you know what? It's not a terrible flashlight. Two of these here is going to be about 300 lux, which isn't super bright, but isn't terrible either. Nice little thing to have in case of emergencies. And it means that you don't have to have two devices. I mean, one lithium-ion power bank like this is a ready-made flashlight with a couple of these. So that's the second option. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, do I easily have access to? Okay, survey says no, so I'm going to have to find where I shoved my charge doctor and update via text just how much power these draw. I don't expect it to be a whole ton. It is 6 LEDs, so I do expect more power draw than the little ones that I had looked at that were colored. Honestly, that's to their advantage. Some power banks will shut off a USB device that doesn't draw enough power. These seem to do just fine. I do notice that there's a little bit of wiggle on the contact pads, although I think that's this power bank. I use it a lot. Anyway, so yeah, they're $1 each. You get warm white, you get cool white, you get 5 of each. Overall, not the cheapest way to get these. I think I could have ordered them from AliExpress or eBay for a little bit cheaper. And I will check and see if there's an eBay link for this or something identical from a different manufacturer and include that in the description below. I do appreciate that it comes with a little case, although the little case is kind of cheap in its own right. But it's nice. It keeps them separated so I can keep the warm white on one side and the cool white on another. Not that they're labeled. I would have liked if they were labeled. The manufacturer logo is nice, and there is a little loop here. You could keep one of these on a keychain easily enough. But there's no label for that this is the warm white. I just have to identify that based on the color of the LEDs. There's no label for how much light these should output. I'm guessing about 100 lux was their target for both of these. But I could be wrong. I mean, they could have been targeting 200 lux, and these are just rejects that got sold for dirt cheap. Anyway, that's all I have on these. Pretty straightforward item. The USB LEDs, plug them in, they work great. They don't, well, that would have sucked. Overall, definitely a good bit of test kit to have in your bag. And I certainly like the PCB. It's nice thick. I don't feel like I'm going to break it. Closing out, as always, I want to thank Electrix for providing our opening and closing themes. I want to thank anyone who helps support Pocketables, either via Patreon or Amazon affiliate links. It's support like that that helps make things like this possible. And finally, thank you for watching.